lead with their name so that it is easy to recognize. Startup founders, please add your startup name. Okay, I think we should be good to go. A very warm welcome to all the healthcare leaders, investors, and innovation experts joining us today to witness breakthrough solutions that aim to make healthcare affordable, accessible, and efficient for billions worldwide. This is Pankaj Gupta, Managing Partner at EthAum's Partners. We are a zero-based revenue scaler headquartered in Singapore with approximately 120 global B2B startups in our portfolio. Through our zero-based revenue scaler program, we have onboarded some truly transformative startups, disrupting critical areas such as remote patient monitoring, spine surgery, cancer detection, chronic disease management, telehealth, and kids wellness. Of course, an impressive lineup of startup pitches deserves an equally impressive jury. And we are privileged, fortunate to have seasoned experts from the healthcare innovation and investment joining us today to review startups, to ask some difficult questions and provide feedback. They will obviously they will evaluate startup pitches, provide feedback, and also score startups on different aspects of the business. Jury members, now I would request you to do a brief intro of yourself, probably 30 seconds each, and then we'll proceed from there. If I may start with Giri Chandra. Giri Chandra, could you please quickly introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks, Pankaj. I represent One Crowd. We are a early stage investor, pertaining to this audience, we're fairly active in healthcare investments, early investments in Indian subcontinent. And that's across subsegments of healthcare, including biotech and drug discovery as well. I'm happy to be part of this.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Giri. Appreciate your time today. May I request Maria to go next, please?
Thank you, Pankaj and EthAum team. Honored to be here. I'm Maria from EthVentures. We are a pioneering and leading sector-agnostic VC firm in Southeast Asia. EthVentures is a holistic platform that provides seed and growth investments with more than 300 portfolio companies in our ecosystem. I personally have been in the industry for the past 9 years and have looked through a lot of sectors from commerce, fintech, and now focusing more on healthcare. Excited to learn more about the teams here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Maya. Really appreciate your time today. Dr. Alexander, may I request you to go next, please?
Sure. Hello, everybody. I'm from Munich, Germany. Very pleased to meet you. I'm Alexander. I'm a medical doctor by training. Then became management consultant and then stepped in the whole startup ecosystem. So I'm operating as a business angel, mainly in the healthcare space, and very excited to hear all of the very nice startup pitches today.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Alexander. Appreciate your time. Terse, could you please go next?
Hello, good morning. Terje Petso is my name. I'm from Estonia, from Tallinn, North Estonia Medical Center, and I am the Chief Medical Innovation Officer in the hospital, and I have a background working in the European Commission on the digital health in the broader view.
Thank you, Teresa. Appreciate your time today. May I request Arvind to go next, please? Arvind?
Thanks, Pankaj and EthAum Ventures for giving the platform for these startups. I'm Arvind Hariharan, founder CEO of the Canvas Ventures, UAE. I have 19 years experience in this particular industry. Our firm invests into a lot of startups along with our clients. Wishing everybody a good luck.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Arvind. Pop, could you please go next?
Yeah, sure. So, hello everyone, happy to be here. So I'm Pop. I'm from the Disrupt Health Impact Fund. It's a health tech VC fund. We are backed by one of the largest hospital chains in Thailand. So we look beyond the financial return, but more on the synergy side as well. And we normally invest in a 5 themes like self-care, preventive care, holistic wellness as well, and also like the AI solution that can be used in the hospital system. And we focus more on like the early stage of the startup, health tech startup. Yes.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Pop. Appreciate your time. Jamin, may I request you to go next, please?
Hey, sure. Hey, thank you for having me here. Nice meeting everybody. My name is Jamin Park. I started as a medical doctor. I went into private equity and I went into venture capital after. I've been focusing mostly on, life science and medical device in some biotech. I'm running a venture accelerator called the Hill Venture Lab, based in Singapore. So basically, we have a regional presence in Southeast Asia, including Singapore, Philippines, and Thailand. But of course, we also do beyond the life science areas, we also go into impact, including unmet medical needs, women's health, and public health. Yeah, nice meeting you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Jamin. Appreciate your time today. Ankur, could you please go next?
Hi, my name is Ankur Dubey. I'm based out of Bangalore. I'm a senior principal at Capria Venture.
Thank you, Ankur. I think your network is not very stable.
And the AI and the impact of AI in healthcare being one of our key sector focus areas that we have. We are the Global South investor. We invest in India, Southeast Asia, Africa, and Latam. Yeah, so best of luck to all the participants.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Ankur. Appreciate your time today. Olivia, could you please go next?
Sure. Thank you, Pankaj and the EthAum's team for inviting us today. So my name is Olivia. I'm representing Antler. We are a global early stage VC investing in the most exceptional founders who are building great technology companies from the earliest stage. So we are present in around 30 locations around the world, including a strong regional presence here in Southeast Asia. We are first and foremost a tech investor, but we are sector agnostic, and healthcare is actually one of our key core sectors for the year 2025 and 2026. And so looking forward to hearing the companies today. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Olivia, for joining us today. Again, thanks to all the jury members for being part of the session today. Obviously, we look forward to hearing some interesting questions and your valuable insights throughout the session. Please remember to score startups after each and every presentation. And obviously, there'll be more time to have one-on-one conversations later on if you want to do a deep dive with these startups. If you have more questions, then please feel free to use chat section after 4 minutes of live pitch and 2 minutes of Q&A is done. Now it's time to do a deep dive into the startup presentations and see how these different startups are shaping the future of healthcare innovation. We'll start our very first presentation with a company called Gense Technologies, which offers a portable AI health screening device for preventive screening and chronic disease management. And give me a moment, please. I think I might be sharing the wrong screen. Just a moment, yeah.
Hi, this is Justin, the founding CEO of Gense Technologies. At Gense, we have a portable AI health screening device that does preventive screening and chronic disease monitoring. So we primarily operate in liver, fat liver mostly, but we also have capabilities in lungs and kidney. So on the top left is a main EIT device. It stands for electrical impedance tomography, and it connects to two things. So it connects to the belt in the middle, where we wear around the torso. Normally, if it's liver, we wear around the waistline area. And then it's a 1-minute test that is done via an app on the tablet. So the tablet would generate the results in real time, normally within a minute, and it's on App Store, on Apple Store, and Google Store as well. So a bit of our background, we're invested by the Hong Kong government, Alibaba, and a couple of institutional investors, including some universities funds. We've also been named on Forbes and Jumpstarter and other regional competitions as a winner. We also partner with over 10 professors, so in Hong Kong and US and elsewhere as well. So it's both in clinical and the engineering side. The reason why we focus on fat liver, it's because of the prevalence. So 2 billion people has fat liver disease globally. And it's important because it doubles the healthcare cost. So for people who have fat liver versus who don't, basically they have to pay double for all the care. And it's partially because it's the leading cause of liver cancer, HCC, and liver fibrosis as well. So that's where we jump in, where instead of tackling disease later down the road, where it's much less reversible, we do it early on with fat liver, where you can reverse in 3 months to 6 months. How it works is quite simple. With an operator putting on the belt, it takes around 30 seconds. It doesn't have to be a nurse or doctor. It could just be a volunteer or social worker. The actual test itself is 39 seconds for liver. If it's a bit higher, it's normally for kidney and lungs. The results in real time, so we have the numbers out, really easily interpretable ones, and those are benchmarked with clinical standards as well. So all in all, it's around 5 minutes per person, and that's why it allows us to do corporate screening, to do home screening, and sort of the mass screening that we can do to lead generation and customer engagement as well. So the technology is called EIT, electrical impedance tomography, and the way it works is quite simple. So fat liver tissue and non-liver tissue have very different electrical profiles. So conductivity, resistivity across frequencies. So we sweep those frequencies, generate image out, and extract the region of interest that we want to look at. And we benchmark with clinical standards, so with ultrasound, with MRI, so that it can be easily translatable into the clinical usage as well. We have done a couple hundred of clinical trial subjects, thousands of commercial scans, and the sensitivity, specificity are both around 80%. All of those results are partnered with our professors' partners. So some of those are in clinical side. So these are the ones that are in lungs, liver, kidney. We also have engineering professor partners and mathematical professor partners on the algorithm and sort of the entire system model as well. This is a sample report. It's a simple structure where you have the risk factor, the number that you can easily follow through. And we also have a really in-depth report that allows people with limited medical background as an operator to explain to users about dietary, exercise, and lifestyle changes as well. So this is our app. It is quite easily readable. We have 9 patents. We have 90 publications, including Nature Scientific reports. We also have international standards such as ISO 13485 and 60601 for the medical electronic safety. And yeah, we have been operating in elderly homes, private clinics, and public sector. And we have been expanding globally as well. So we're mainly in developing countries, in India, Indonesia, quite a lot of push this year. But we also have partnerships setting up in the US, UK as well. So thank you very much.
Okay, so that was a quick presentation from Justin from Gense Technologies. Apologies, he could not join this conversation because of the travel. But if there are questions, we will take them and we will post them for Justin so that he can come back to you later. You may be seeing poll on your screen. Please respond to that. Maria, I know you wanted to ask a question. Any question for Justin from Gense?
To get more clarity on the clients who ends up buying these devices, is it the end consumers or is it healthcare providers?
At the moment, there are quite a few healthcare providers, nursing facilities, old age home facilities, NGOs, government organizations in Hong Kong, India, and Greater China region, where these organizations are buying this device and doing the preventive diagnostics for their residents. So it's more of a B2B and not B2C. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you, Pankaj.
Fantastic.
Pankaj, what is their expectation in terms of fundraise?
So they are not proactively raising at the moment. They are more focused on customer acquisition, but Justin is willing to have side conversation if there are any interest in investments. Thank you. Chelsea, please go ahead.
Just wanted to ask a question as regards the diagnostics level. I understand that that's all what it does, the diagnostics. And what's the difference with the results compared to the other methods for diagnosing fatty liver?
So yes, it does diagnostics only at the moment. It does not, offer any kind of care or anything of that sort. But the major difference is in the cost and how easy it is to use by even a very junior nursing staff. In terms of accuracy, I'll have to get back to you on that, how accurate it is compared to other ultrasound or MRI kind of procedures, but it is extremely efficient, extremely easy to perform. Yeah. We will have to move on to the next presentation now, which is Gense Medical Vision. It's an AI solution offering early detection of cancer. And here we go.
Good afternoon, everybody. Imagine you could extract the mind of the world's leading professor and turn it into an algorithm. Imagine you could take the mind of 10 such professors, combine all their clinical knowledge, years of experience, places of disagreement. This is exactly what we in Gense Medical do. Our deep and unique technology allows us to imitate and replicate the logic and intuition of the physician and turn it into an algorithm. Thanks to that, we can automatically detect cancer at the earliest stages possible with the highest level of accuracy and reliability. Hello, everybody. My name is Shai Cohen, CEO and co-founder of Gense Medical Vision. Gense is an early detection of cancer AI platform. Our proprietary technology allows us to solve the main problems hampering the adoption of AI into medical imaging and specifically the early detection of cancer, one of the large global domains to which AI has yet to truly penetrate. In our vision, we're building a full pan-cancer platform where the patient should go through a full-body PET CT scan and our system should recognize all 15 abnormalities at the earliest stages possible. Our super strong team comprises of the leading professors in the country. Myself, your humble servant, coming from a business background, together with the leading radiologist, oncologist, nuclear medicine expert, the mathematician professor has been developing our very deep technology and strategic investors. Our first product in the platform is the G4 Lungs, allowing automatic screening of lung cancer, the second most common type of cancer, but the deadliest of them all, mainly due to late detection. We're progressing great with the product, which has already finalized clinical trials with our design partner, the largest medical imaging provider in the country, showing remarkable results. We've reached 97% sensitivity with a mere 0.2 false positive per case at the other end. These are results that are not 20-30% better than the competition. They are 10 to 15 times better than any other existing system, which have now allowed us to enter cooperation with the leading global institutions in the field. In Europe, we've partnered with iDNA, the leading global lung cancer organization, for a strategic project spanning across 11 European countries, affiliating with the two most important screening programs in Europe and the UK. In the US, we're in the middle of a study with MGH in Boston, one of the best hospitals in the world. We're building a large-scale project with one of the leading radiology companies in the US, the ICP of the first product, and a designated screening program for the US Veterans Association. The G4 Lungs is fully integrated into the PAC system and clinical workflow of the radiologist, fully automates the entire process of interpreting a chest CT scan, from patient prioritization, nodule detection, Landgraf classification, proper segmentation, and accurate measurements, allowing comparison with the previous cases and calculating the volume doubling time of the finding, all the way towards a fully automated recommended report. This allows to dramatically spare the interpretation time, increase healthcare providers' revenues, and improve diagnostic accuracy and clinical outcomes. The product has received the Israeli Ministry of Health medical device approval and has started the process towards the FDA, and is now entering commercial pilots in Brazil, Poland, and Israel. We're in the middle. We've partnered with the most accurate bodies throughout the world to our stage, showing great traction. We're now in the middle of a seed round aimed for bringing the first product into market after the US clinical trials and FDA regulation, full development of the second product for prostate cancer, and registration of our 7 patents. We've just received a second grant from the Innovation Authority, and an investor which will now provide the matching funds could enjoy even better terms and price than the first price round. At the core of the story lies real and deep technology that is already touching the holy grail and huge market of early detection of cancer. If you want to join us on our journey, we'd be more than glad to speak with any one of you. Thank you very much.
Okay, jury members, we have Shai on the call to respond to your questions. We can take 2 or 3 questions. Please go ahead.
So I have a question on this one. 97% sensitivity, right? Something popped up on my screen, like, does that mean that like it can detect like a really small nodule, is like a difference in size, or is it more like a like different pattern recognition, like maybe like a different architecture of the lesion? or is it like maybe faster? Like which one of this is this? Yeah.
So all three of them. Yes, we can detect nodules going down to the size of 1-2 millimeters the size. Yes, it can be done much quicker. The interpretation is conducted in real time. So it's not a time critical procedure, but by the time the radiologist gets to his workstation, the interpretation already waits on his interface. And yeah, it can detect different characteristics and especially difficult to detect cases, not the obvious cases of large tumors, but nodules that can sit on the top of a blood vessel or on the side of the lung, and really places of high level of inter and intra-observer variability.
Thank you. Dr. Alexander, please go ahead.
Thanks. Yeah, myself coming from AI and radiology and working for DeepSea, I think you know them. My question will hopefully not be surprising to you. So what's your go-to-market strategy in terms of your business model reimbursement? So are you going to sell directly to hospitals, radiology centers? Are you going to partner up with PACS providers or any other risk partnerships? Are you like trying to go directly in terms of reimbursement for partnerships with payers and providers? This is, I think, one of the biggest challenges I've seen in the whole space for companies like yours.
Yes, definitely. So yeah, I know DeepSeek. I know personally Dr. Sergey Morozov, by the way. And our go-to-market, well, the ideal path would be, yes, to partner with the large PACS and CT vendors. We're already in conversations with Siemens and GE and another German company, Brainlab. I guess you're familiar with them. And until we'll reach such a strategic partnership agreement with them, our go-to-market will emphasize first, not specifically on hospitals, more on radiology companies. The likes of Reyes Radiology, for example, that we're now partnering with in the US, they are the second or third largest radiology company in the US, and the larger volumes of screening undergo in these radiology companies. And again, as a first step of the go-to-market, we'll utilize the existing reimbursement landscape and provide immediate ROI, save time, generate money, minimize liability, while we continue on proving our further potential and of not only allowing automation, but also detecting the cancer at earlier stages, smaller sizes, creating larger insurance value, and potentially creating our own CPT codes.
Let's take the last question from Terze. Terze, please go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question is longer than an answer, I guess. You referred to the comparison with the false positives, and compared to Siemens, it seems like Siemens is doing quite bad. What year of the data you are using for comparing with Siemens?
Of Siemens data?
Yep.
That was a study from 2022.
22.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Terze, for the questions. The next presentation is PathKeeper, which offers AI 3D imaging solution, enabling real-time guidance during the spine surgery. And here we go in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Erez Lundberg, the CEO and founder of PathKeeper Surgical. Today, I'm going to present to you our AI-driven medical device company that is already FDA cleared, has more than 150 spinal surgery done, and have a significant commercial agreement in place. Spine surgery demands extreme precision in tight anatomical places, and current solutions are just not good enough. Up to 30% of screws are misplaced, creating a risk for vision and clinical problems. Navigation systems today rely on X-ray radiation. However, that requires more than 3,000 X-ray per year, hurting both staff and patients alike. Robotics and CT-based navigations cannot account for anatomical movement, and they remain expensive and difficult to apply, especially in the ASC and community hospital. The result is simple. Most spine procedures still operate without the accuracy of tool they need. The field needs a new class of navigation. We need an AI-driven radiation-free technology. We need real-time, sub-millimeter accuracy that adapts to true anatomy. We need a compact and affordable solution that is suitable for the ASC and mid-range hospitals. And we need a platform that can grow beyond that. This is the gap that PathKeeper is filling. PathKeeper is a fusion of optical engineering and anatomical AI. We built a high-resolution 3D camera that is specifically designed for spine and orthopedic surgery. It works together with our anatomical AI engine that is trained on proprietary data and refined from every case. This architecture supports seamless workflow and a hardware platform that can scale for all types of surgeries and beyond spine surgery. Anatomical AI enables capability that no other navigation system can deliver. We provide deviation alerts that warn the surgeon before a breach. We reduce the risk of wrong-level surgery, and we produce real-time surgical analytics to support outcome optimization. AI turns navigation from a static reference into a live surgical intelligence layer. Spine is only the beginning. With minimal invasive innovation and markerless need arriving soon, our potential market grows by an order of magnitude. This positions PathKeeper as a universal navigation platform across orthopedics and beyond. Market feedback has been exceptional. Highridge Medical, a top 5 spinal implant in the United States, performed a deep due diligence and signed a commercial agreement with us. They committed to buy 12 units and are building a funnel of more than 100 units for 2026. In parallel, our direct channel is active. We are working with Mayo Clinic, with Hadassah in Israel, and USPI has begun formal evaluation. We have also recently received Vizient Designated Technology Award. Our business model is a high margin recurrent revenue engine with fast ROI for surgeons. The system sells for $350,000 at a roughly 90% gross margin, and recurrent revenue from disposable and software can add up to another $350,000 per site per year. With Highridge, Vizient, and USPI engaged, we expect to surpass $5 million in the next year and have significant growth after. PathKeeper is a clear winner in the ASC and mid-market range. We are the only platform that combines AI and true 3D optical imaging with zero radiation. CT and robotic systems are expensive, hard to deploy, and not that accurate. Our only optical competitor, 7D, has been suppressed by our AI engine and micro camera technology. We have better accuracy, better workflows, and better cost profile. We have the team to scale. Dr. Richard Westmark, Harvard-trained neurosurgeon, leads our clinical strategy, and Ryan LeBlanc drives commercialization with more than 10 years of experience in spine sales. And we have a strong technical team in Israel, focused on AI, optics, and engineering excellence. We are raising $10 million to accelerate our commercial growth with strong partnerships, high margin, and powerful platform roadmap, and a clear value proposition for the ASC. We are positioned for rapid adoption. The recent acquisitions of Monogram, a pre-revenue robotics company, show the strategic spires are active. PathKeeper has a clear exit potential within the coming years, and we welcome you to join our path. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Jury members, questions for Adaise? We can take two to three questions.
Have the strategics already looked at this opportunity? Because you already have a US FDA approval, right? So what kind of requirements do you need to make before they consider potentially acquiring it?
Right. So first of all, we have a commercial agreement with one of the biggest strategics in the United States, Highridge Medical. They've already bought more than $2 million of systems from us, and they're building a very intense funnel. So we have already signed and chose one. We had M&A discussions with one of the biggest ones. We decided it was too early for us to do an M&A, and we keep the discussions happening with many of the biggest strategics. But for the short time, we are building a big company.
Thank you. Terzi, please go ahead.
Yeah, I would just like to ask about the clinical side of it. What kind of, is it universal for any surgery on spine or specifically? And secondly, I'm wondering this use of AI, in which area? Is it like the AI using the anatomy, the personal patient anatomy? Is it taking into account the patient data, or is it about the disease AI, or what is this role of AI in this process per case?
Thank you. So yes, we work in any type of spinal surgery. Our biggest value proposition are in more complex spine surgery when there's movement and changes and things that really happen. So we don't have a lot of value in simple decompression or injections or stuff like that. So our value proposition really comes to play in big complex cases. So I'll give you a few examples of what the AI can do. The AI can recognize the vertebra, the physics position of the vertebra, so we can recognize if the surgeon is working on the wrong level. We can recognize if the surgeons are going to breach the bone when putting screws. We can measure positions of vertebra one relative to another. So when the surgeon does complex spine correction, like in deformity or in scoliosis surgery, we can measure the movement that the surgeon is doing and make sure that the surgeon is doing the optimal correction in real time. All that does not exist today, and all that is supported by AI. So basically, the AI understands patient anatomy and is very specific to the patient.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Ares, for the responses. If we have more questions, we can take them in the Zoom chat section. The next presentation is Albert Health, which provides AI-powered chronic disease management solution, enabling behavioral change and lifestyle modification. And here we go.
Hi, I am Serdar, co-founder and CEO of the Albert Health. Albert Health is a multi-chronic disease management platform that leverages AI. Here is a quick overview of where we stand today. We have raised $3 million to date and delivered disease management programs with 19 B2B customers across 3 languages, English, Arabic, and Turkish. Our partnership includes global pharmaceutical companies such as Roche, Pfizer, Novo Nordisk, hospitals like Memorial NHS, and insurance like Tavunia, Bupa, Medisa. The challenge we are focusing on is treatment adherence. Even the best therapy fails if patients with chronic disease don't comply, driving higher costs and mortality. Globally, over 50% of people with diabetes skip medicines, and lifestyle adherence is even lower. This costs the health industry $600 billion each year. We empower patients with medical articles designed by doctors, metric trackers, and medical insights based on patient-reported outcomes, medication reminders to increase adherence, smart device integrations, including Apple Health and Google Fit. Also, patients can record their symptoms, nutrition diary, and share them with their doctors during their telehealth consultation. Our AI-based voice assistant, trained by doctors, supports every user. Yet, the true backbone of the app is its personalized gamification journey. By completing tailored tasks, users advance through disease management skill levels, ensuring engagement, confidence, and sustained health outcomes. Our differentiation comes from the AI engine that drives personalization in disease management. Our medical team designs every journey to ensure clinical accuracy, and our AI continuously adapts these journeys based on patient data from the app. Each user gets a unique path. Zeynep with obesity and prediabetes won't follow the same journey as Otman with diabetes and hypertension. How we are creating business value across the ecosystem? Pharma companies work with us to activate patients and generate real-world data. In one of our clinical trials, our app improved treatment adherence from 62% to 85% within just 3 months. Insurers partner with us to reduce healthcare claims and market differentiations. Here is what it looks like in practice. In a diabetes cohort of 1,000 people, you can save $173,000 with Albert Health. Healthcare providers to open new revenue streams and increase patient loyalty. You may wonder, is it working? Yes. In a randomized controlled trial of our diabetes program, Albert users outperformed the usual care patients with a reduction of 1.07 in A1C levels. It means Albert is effective as one of the most prescribed diabetes medication. Is it valid? Yes. Albert is CE certified. Under the European Union Medical Device Regulation, MDR, it has been recognized as a Class 2A software as a medical device. We were founded by 3 former Siemens engineers and are supported by a leadership team of in-house medical doctors and engineers. We have started in the UK and Turkey, now expanding into MENA region. We are now raising a $750,000 convertible note. The goal is simple: reach break-even before Series A, secure landmark contracts in the GCC, and launch our virtual clinic. We have already secured $700,000, and we will be closing to remain in allocation with a strategic investor. We believe chronic disease outcomes improve only with patient empowerment, and Albert Health exists to make that a reality. Thank you.
Fantastic. We have Sardar and Dr. Zainab to respond to your questions. Questions, please, jury members.
I will not spend time on finding my hand to raise. I have 2 questions. First of all, on the randomized control trials, which were the criteria for selecting the patients? And second question is that how do you plan to keep the patients engaged? Because to my knowledge and experience, in general, people don't stick to apps more than a month or 2, and that's it. What is the plan for keeping them involved in this, using the app for longer? Thank you.
Sure. Our medical director, Zeynep, is with us, and she will respond better than me. Zeynep?
Thank you, Tarje, for the question. For the inclusion criteria of our randomized control trial is only we included the type 2 patients with hemoglobin A1C greater than 7.5, age of 18 to 65 for the patients, and ability to use a mobile phone and being digitally savvy, able to use digital apps. So actually the inclusion criteria for that one has decided by, once the patient comes to the clinic, the responsible doctor decided which one can be a candidate for clinical trial. Then these patients are randomized actually. And for the second question, engagement. Actually, for the chronic diseases, we know it's super hard to engage patient in the app. Our app has first and gamified journey in it. So imagine that the patient has the diagnosis of diabetes. Then most of the time, doctors give some instructions to patients, but it's super hard for patients to keep these lifestyle changes into their lives. So what we do is actually giving some awards and rewards and gamified version of what to do in the app for their very long time of chronic disease management part. And in the app, the algorithm changed in a very dynamic way. So imagine the patient has hemoglobin A1C is greater than 10. So the hyperglycemia is super obvious. These patients will get super notified. But let's say the patient's blood glucose gets better, then the notifications get a bit lessened. So it depends on patient's clinic, patient's medical findings, as well as patient's logs in the app. So it's a super dynamic notification system. So it's not that boring, it's not that exhausting for the patient.
Fantastic. It seems Thursday may have triggered a lot of questions. So I see Pop wants to ask a question. Pop, please go ahead.
Yeah. So just to understand the key differentiation compared with the big players, for example, the Livongo and also the Omada that they already exist in the market. And also just want to understand the revenue model as well. Is it through the reimbursement model?
Yeah, let me mention. Actually, for differentiation, we think there are 2 differentiations: medical differentiation and technological differentiation. For medical differentiation, we got the CE mark. We are showing our results with the randomized clinical trial, and our clinical trials is our results are almost the same with the Omada, which raised the more than $300 million, which we raised just $4 million. We reached the same level of the evidence with that. And there are big players like Omada in the US, Huma in the UK, but there is no big chronic disease management company in the MENA region. So we want to become the Huma, Omada of the region with the local data, with the local clinical trials and the local patient pools. For the technological differentiation, my CTO is an NLP expert. We are the training disease-specific language models for 7 years. and then we empowered it with the LLM models as well. And now every patient has their own LLM models, which is trained by their data. So this is creating a great advantage. Plus, we have a microservice infrastructure. We are running 19 B2B disease management program in single code base. So we created the scalable the infrastructure across the countries, and we have our own medical team to become not just a software company and medical company. These are our approaches for
Let's take the last
competitive
question
advantage.
from Dr. Alexander. Alexander, please go ahead.
Thanks. I think you answered it maybe already. So given that you have achieved your CE certificate, Class 2A, and maybe because of your competitors, which are already established in those markets you just mentioned, but what is your plan towards FDA, what's your FDA pathway in a way? Are you looking at that, or is this something you're not focusing on right now?
In short term to mid term, it's not in our focus. We are mostly focusing on the MENA region than Southeast Asia. The US is not in the plan for short and mid term.
Okay,
thanks. Thanks a lot, Sardar. If there are more questions, we'll have to move on to the chat section. But the next presentation is LyfPlus. It's an AI-powered healthcare cluster network offering telehealth, e-pharmacy, appointment management solution. And here we go.
My name is William, founder and CEO of LyfPlus. We're building an integrated ecosystem that helps health facilities optimize operations and enhance clinical decisions. This is an entirely new approach, which leverages network effects and shared intelligence in one coordinated fabric. We began as a two-sided platform for telehealth and hospital appointment booking, becoming first to market and co-developing Tanzania's first digital health policies. And this gave us a strong regulatory competitive advantage. Since then, we've built the region's largest healthcare provider network and work with global institutions, the likes of German Corporation. We're honored Startup of the Year by the Prime Minister and have raised over $500,000 from global leading investors. The problem we're focusing on is fragmented healthcare ecosystem. In 2025, healthcare is exactly like aviation before 2004, banking before SWIFT, and taxis before ride hailing. Health institutions all operated as isolated islands with no coordination, no real-time visibility, and no data sharing. This causes systemic blindness and over $2 trillion in wasted spending each year. As a result, hospitals lose 30% of outpatient revenues and patients face repeated tests. As a solution, LyfPlus is building the coordinating backbone for healthcare, like SWIFT for standardized communication, radar for real-time visibility, and GPS for dynamic coordination. We call it the Intelligent Healthcare Supercluster, a platform that connects hospitals, clinics, and labs into one network to optimize operations, triage patients, and enhance clinical decisions. Imagine a maternity ward that is overwhelmed with patients, while another hospital 8 minutes away having several empty beds. With LyfPlus, facilities and patients can finally see the entire ecosystem in real time, just like air traffic control. At the hospital level, we deploy a medical scribe software called S10AI that automates clinical workflows and cut down doctors' administrative workload by 60%, at the same time converting and ingesting every interaction into structured data. We call it the hospital brain. Across facilities, or the inter-hospital level, LyfPlus becomes the ecosystem coordination fabric, enabling dynamic referral and cross-institutional patient triage. At the patient level, we deploy the LyfPlus app, which connects patients into the same intelligence, guiding them to the right facility based on real-time availability and access to telehealth follow-ups. Together, these layers form one unified data pipeline, powering the entire ecosystem. To execute across multiple layers, we deploy our technology in parts, starting with the least friction point in a land and expand strategy. We start by deploying the S10AI, our hospital automation engine, which is also our wedge. This gives us the lowest customer acquisition cost entry point and a high lifetime value expansion pathway, with network effects compounding defensibility with new each facility added. Our numbers illustrate the compounding effect of our network strategy. Today, LyfPlus powers a network of 407 specialist doctors, 68 hospitals, and allowing us to facilitate 300 appointments monthly and generate $38,000 in monthly recurring revenues. Since inception, we've facilitated over 110,000 appointments with 120% average year-on-year growth. Our growth positions us to surpass $1 million annual recurring revenues before the end of 2026. This trajectory puts LyfPlus on the same path as Africa's most breakout startups. Our team combines over 30 years of collective experience across medicine, business, and tech with essential skills in prior entrepreneurship, policy formation, and machine learning capabilities. We're backed by world-class investors, and our advisory board includes CEOs of top VCs and multinational institutions. We're betting on making healthcare itself intelligent and building a category-defining ecosystem infrastructure play that others overlook. Join us. Thank you.
Fantastic. We have William on the call. Jury members, please unmute yourself. William, do you want to say hello? And yeah, Terze, please.
Yeah, I have a question about the testing at the real life. Where have you done this type of test beds? In which countries?
Oh, right. Thank you for that question. So basically, we are operational in Tanzania at the moment, where we've operated since 2022, and this is where we have all of most of our partnerships and most of our operations. But we do have partnerships. We acquired partnership with the government of Senegal through their national hospital. It's called National Hospital de Dakar. That's in the capital city. But we also have partnerships in which we are now operationalizing in South Africa and Kenya. So our network really expands across the continent.
Thank you. Arvind, I think you have a question.
Yeah, basically, I just wanted to understand what are they planning to do in the next future coming on with the fundraising and other things. What is their expansion plans in terms of global expansion, or they're planning to stick to African continent?
Absolutely. So we are talking to some of the biggest multinational hospitals, the likes of Apollo. We do have a partnership with Kokila, but that is in the part of medical tourism. But we are working to build, an integrated system where patients can access these healthcare providers, and then we can be able to extract this data and really build a network-based intelligence, which hospitals and patients share across different markets. So yes, we are working to expand across markets in the near future.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Arvind. Thanks a lot, William. If there are more questions, please feel free to use chat section. The next presentation is VITALERTER, which offers an AI IoT-powered hospital automation solution to enhance resident safety and operational efficiency. And here we go.
Hello, my name is Miki Raviv. I am the founder and CEO of VITALERTER. VITALERTER is building the AI operating system for long-term care, using contactless biosensing and automation to protect patients and reduce staff burden. Current traction shows for 2025 ARR so far is 2.5 million USD. We have already 30,000 beds under our control, which 50% are commercialized, 175 onboarding nursing homes, and currently we are working with 6 global operations, including US, China, Israel, UK, Singapore, and Germany. More than 4 engagements with governmental health institutions, and so far we raised 9 million USD. Current long-term care system is under severe strains. Globally, elderly care is collapsing under chronic staff shortages and burnout. Demand is rising while the workflow is shrinking. At the same time, care costs are exploding, margins are shrinking, and providers are being squeezed from every direction. Yet, most facilities still operate with manual, reactive systems that detect problems only. Our vision is to automate what can be automated, predict what can be predicted, and let caregivers focus on care, not administrations. VITALERTER is a 360-degree AI care operating system connecting sensing, automation, communication, and operations. We combine real-time monitoring, AI prediction, automated protocols, staff tools, and family communication in a unified platform. Our mode is a medical-grade contactless sensing plus real-world data plus deep workflow automation. This combination is extremely difficult to replicate. Operators save cost and staff time. Nurses reduce overload. Families gain transparency. Everyone wins from the same system. The aging population guarantees structural demand for the next 30 years. This is a non-cyclic expanding market. Today, we operate in 170 facilities across multiple continents, monitoring over 25,000 beds. If we take, for example, Germany, so far we have deployed in 25 facilities, which we expect to grow from 2K up to 40K by end of 27. We are launching a 10,000 bed US rollout with QWC leading compliance and point-click care integration in progress. These are active customers across Europe, Asia, and the US. This team blends healthcare operations, AI regulatory, execution, and global scaling. We generate recurring SaaS per bed, plus hardware and large-scale JV deployments. We are scaling ARR rapidly through US, Europe, and Asia, JVs with strong SaaS margins. This round accelerates US GTM, AI automation, integration, and JV scale. So currently, if we look at the competition, we treat the old-fashioned manual-based EMR, EHR system with a next-generation generative AI-based and real-time streaming solution that VITALERTER is providing. Unlike cameras, wearable, we are passive, predictive, privacy safe, and deeply integrate into operations, not just monitoring. We are raising 10 million to scale globally and lead the care automation category. We had loved to explore how to partner. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Mickey is dialing in from New York today at almost 4 a.m. So please make sure that the questions are really good. Jury members, please. I think you took too much pressure. They can be easier. Yes, Arvind, please go ahead.
Yes. So I understand they're looking to raise about 10 million right now. Can I know what is the current valuation that they are looking at the company, and what was the previous round that they have raised in the past?
Yeah. Previous round was 6 million at a valuation of 30 million.
Okay.
And now we are considering. Yes, please, to ask next.
Yes, one more follow-up question on this. So were you looking at any institutional investors, or like most of them are family offices or early angel investors in that sense?
In the future? You
No,
mean in
the
the next
past round.
No, the round is a VC.
Okay.
VC.
Thank you very much. I'll stay in that.
Thank you, Arvind. Any other question before we move on to the next presentation? Okay, please feel free to use chat section if you have more questions. We'll move on to the next presentation then. The next one is Archon Wellness, which offers AI, IoT integrated smart platform to promote physical activity and fitness among students. And here we go.
Hello, I'm Ella, founder and managing director of Archon Wellness Limited. Do you know physical inactive, the fourth major risk factor of death that contributes 3.2 million deaths a year? It causes over 20% of breast cancer, diabetes, heart disease. It also brings potential burden to hospital and medical service. An alarming 80% of students suffer from physical inactive. They fail to meet 60 minutes of moderate rigorous exercise daily, suggested by WHO. Girls are more serious than boys, and this habit formed often track into adulthood. Why youth avoid exercise? Lack of interest and motivation, no peer support, limited time, constraint on revenue and resources. They are problems. As a solution, Archon developed the IoT and AI integrated smart platform to promote physical activity among students using gamified competition environment with digital awards, then track and analyze metrics. Our hero product, Smart Bike Competition Platform, turn any place into a velodrome. The platform allows maximum 6 players to enjoy bike racing, 500-meter current races or 7.1-meter races. It benefits schools with easy setup and quick competition mode, help boost motivation and strength under an indoor safety environment. First case study, Marymount Secondary School, they connect our system to 6 fitness bike and hold inter-class and inter-school competition. Taiku's Primary School, they set up a sports zone to teach students carry burns and foot, and the small bike setup fits primary students. We saw a long queue of students every morning waiting to battle for the leaderboard. It also helped ADHD students to release energy. Upcoming, we will develop VR bike route to show the SDG elements in country park or historical site virtual reality exploration. The second solution is the Smart Tracker with gamified platform. The tracker is designed to track students' MVP and physical activity through mobile apps, iPad display, data collection system, cloud, and AI engine. Students are attracted by the gamified interface, and kids feel happy to play the animation evolution and the 3D background star collection system. The first solution is AI body fit analytic platform that was awarded the Smart City Partnership Award in 2022. Tutorials, challenge, and library are the key modules. We use cool 3D animated codes, skeleton detection, immediate emoji response from AI engine to attract students to do more exercise. Our system development involves 100 scouts, record 6,000 video, deep learning LSTM approach. Showcase of our bike system at Government Sports Forum Day 2025. So far, over 30,000 users participate in the fitness competition and government school projects over the past few years and successfully motivated to be more active. Together with the Hong Kong U Nursing Department, we deployed the trackers to 10 local housing estates and also 6 special care Tung Wah Hospital Youth Center. And we support the police cadet training program development with our AI body fit software. Coming development include enhancement of the AI fitness software and bike program with exercise for seniors and elderly, develop VR route for the bike competition platform, and lastly, integrated with AI coach to support data evaluation and recommendation. We project a steady increase of number of users and turnover over the next few years from local to international, parents and family, reach over 1 million users and 58 million total US dollar turnover. I founded Archon in 2017 with an experienced team of electronics and IT AI specialists. We are glad to be supported by Cyberport, Professor Billy So from Hong Kong Poly U, and Dr. Sam Wong from HKPFA. They are reputable providers. As of today, Archon serves over 150 schools, NGO, local government, and with our smart sports system. Thank you for your attention, and you can reach me at this email.
Fantastic. So that was a quick presentation from Ella from Archon. Arvind, do you have a question?
No.
Okay, I thought you unmuted yourself. Okay, any other jury members? Maria, please.
Yes, I'm curious about the revenue model.
Okay, so we have two revenue model. One is per head. Like some school for the apps model, normally we would charge as a per head of $25 per person, or depends on the number of, if they are a whole school join, then will have a discount to the school. Another one is for system like the bike platform, that one will be like per system prices as a yearly license to the school.
Sorry, is it $25 per person per month?
Per year. As a school base, yeah. Because normally school they have like 600 students, yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. You may be seeing poll on your screen. Please respond to that. Any last question that we have for Archon? Okay. Again, thanks a lot, all the jury members, for fantastic questions that you asked so far. And now we are turning and getting into a different segment, which is essentially providing your final verdict and talking about 2 or 3 startups that stood out from your perspective. So I would request you to probably talk about 2 startups or 3 startups that you found relevant to your work, or that you found interesting from your investment thesis, or that you found quite outstanding because of their solution or go-to-market strategy, or because of the team, or anything of that sort. I'm just trying to figure out who to put on spot, because it may require some time to think. If there's anybody who is willing to just go and shoot, then yeah, Teresa, please go ahead.
Now, I have to go back to what I note down. What I see the potential for, I have my questions about whether we could use it.
Sure.
But the potential in general for cooperation between the hospitals as regard the patient admission in very dense areas where it is really a question of 8 minutes right or left, I think that would make sense. But in the moment, for our market in Estonia, I don't see it. We are 1.3 million people, so I think it is very market dependent. But in some areas, it could really be effective, I think, in very highly dense countries where this cooperation is absent. That could make sense. From the medical clinical point of view, I think the genesis detection of cancer, because it was suitable for existing agreed solutions in PACS, could work. And also with the spine surgery AI. I would like to see more into this clinical research, but in principle, it would be doable and useful. That's what my view is. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Teresa, for your perspective. So Genesis and PathKeeper from your perspective, and obviously, it wasn't enough time to get to do a deep dive into the startup. So probably we'll have to schedule separate one-on-one sessions between you and startups to take it forward. But yeah, appreciate your insights, Teresa. Who wants to go next? I'm sure that you got enough time to think while Teresa was speaking. Okay, Dr. Alexander, may I put you on spot, please?
Sure, I have to admit that I had a very similar thinking. Teja, I'm so sorry. But whatever you've been saying, I think I agree a lot with regarding Genesis medical vision. I would love to understand more about the claims. I mean, I've been working in the space for a few years, and it's always, super interesting to understand how this can be translated into actual sales, into not only the ones who are buying the solution, but the ones who are using it. So the doctors who are usually quite reluctant when it comes to so strong claims. So I would like to understand this more in depth. And apart from that, I think I need to look up what the name was, but Albert was very interesting as well, because of course this is a growing problem in our whole population on the planet, right? So that's a problem worth tackling. So I think that's a huge market you're looking at, and I think a very important problem to solve.
Fantastic. So Genesis and Albert from your perspective, Alexander. And thanks a lot for correcting me, Terje. Yeah, that's the name, right? Okay, let's move on to Arvind. Arvind, please go ahead.
Yeah, Pankaj, thanks actually for setting up the call. All the particular businesses were actually quite attractive in their own sense and in their own market space. Coming on to the few names, I'm not very clear with the names, but generally understanding the process of it. I'm very much keen to be interested in the one they were targeting, the lung cancer, the prostate cancer, that particular one, and the spinal surgery one, and the gentleman who actually spoke from the African continent, and the one from the New York. Basically,
Fantastic.
my reasoning was very simple. Their span of expansion could be much bigger when we actually step in and work with them. So that's precisely the reason.
Okay. So I believe you talked about Genesis Medical Vision, PathKeeper, LyfPlus from Africa, and VITALERTER from Israel, even though Mickey is sitting in New York City right now at 4 a.m. Okay, let's move on to the next jury member. Maria, may I request you to go next, please? Thanks a lot, Arvind.
Yes, thank you, Pankaj. For me, I think the most interesting team would be from Albert Health, Gense Technologies, and LyfPlus. Mainly because I'm in Indonesia, and I think these three solutions would work well in the country of a huge volume of people needing connectivity for the rural areas. So I think quite excited to know more about them. Thank you.
Fantastic. So from your perspective, because you are based in Indonesia and you're looking at the population, you feel Albert Health, Gense Technologies, and LyfPlus could be quite interesting from your geographical perspective. Thanks a lot. Giri Chandra, are you still there, or you had to leave? Okay. May I request Pop to go next, please?
Yeah, for me, first one would be on the Gense Technologies. As I see that so I think like the solution would be more fit on the screen that the people have very like limited access to the hospital, so they can like be used at home, or like at the elderly home cares, right? But I think like the key that would boost the technology to make to be more make sense, it would be like the cost and also like the price, because or else if the cost is kind of like have a huge difference compared to like the gold standard, or like for example like the fibrosis, and also like the solution that they want to compete, that would be making more sense. And the second one would be on the PathKeeper surgical, because I think like for this solution that would be a good in terms of like the potential exit in this area. I'm quite not sure on in terms of like the features and also like the technical side, but for the exit landscape, I think like there are the few acquirers in this area, and if the company can like have the space a particular feature they can adopt into like the big one, that would be very good. And the last one would be on the Albert Health. So with what they do is, I mean like it's a huge problem like everyone knows, and they wanna differentiate by like focus more on like the MENA region, right? Which I believe there are like some players, but not many players doing this. If they have like the key differentiation in terms of localization, that would be a great fit. Yep, but need to dig deeper in terms of like the revenue model as well, because I see like the big players, they are still like unprofitable, even they got like IPO or listed. Yep.
Yes, you are absolutely right. Separate deep dive is necessary, but Gense Technologies, PathKeeper, and Albert Health, from your perspective, Bob, appreciate your feedback. Jamin, could you please go next?
Yeah. So it's kind of hard to make an assessment with a short pitch.
Yes.
But among all of them, I like VITALERTER. Hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. The best, because I mean, just the area that they're in, right? Like it really aligns with the current macro theme. Globally, we're having like aging like a trend, but even in APAC, a lot of these countries, like for instance, Korea is going to be like at the bottom in terms of population growth. So I mean, just on the macro side, they're really in a good positioning, and also their revenue generating as well, right? And also, these are, I mean, it seems like they have, I guess, got reached some milestones in terms of a regulatory.
Yeah.
I think that's a good among these guys. That company really stood out. I guess the second one I liked was Albert Health. I mean, I think a lot of folks already mentioned Albert Health, but just the area that they're in, the chronic disease management, I can see a lot of like potential applications, for instance, obesity. Recently, we had this drug called Monjaro, which is, I think, like anti-obesity drug, which was approved recently in many parts of the Asian countries. So imagine like if they can work with pharma companies who are prescribing the drugs, and you can really kind of do like monitoring and compliance. So I think the macro is really also there for them. I mean, also not to mention they're already generating revenue. The last company, I mean, I don't know like if this is like the best company, but I did want to point out to Archon Wellness, just because I mean, just it is kind of unique
Yes.
to target, I guess, like a physical like fitness versus like a more medical area. And of course, it does seem like the company has some way to go, but I think that there's going to be actually a very good local like a community engagement angle. And of course, potentially, like if this can be refined better, then it could be a good impact investment. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Jamin. You are absolutely right. Doing the assessment in 4 minutes is extremely difficult. And that's why we brought only extremely intelligent people to be part of the jury. So thanks a lot for being part of the jury today. But VITALERTER, Albert Health, and Archon from your perspective. Thanks a lot, Jamin. Okay, any other jury members or attendees who want to speak up, talk about probably one or two startups that stood out from your perspective? Okay, I think none, but yeah. Thanks a lot, all the jury members, for being part of the session today. Your feedback, your insights, your questions are extremely valuable. I'm sure that we want to have separate side conversations with the startups to do deep dive into their solution, go-to-market strategies. And if you could offer help from any perspective, from the GTM perspective, or from product roadmap perspective, or brainstorming different strategies with the startup founders, I think that would be extremely beneficial. If you want to look into the investment opportunities, please fill out the scoring sheet, and we will connect you with the startup founders later. Again, as Jamin mentioned already, it's very difficult to put all the information in only 4 minutes, and I think startup founders have done a fantastic job in putting all the information there for you to understand more about the solution, go-to-market strategies, traction, and so on and so forth. So thanks a lot, founders, for doing this difficult job so beautifully. Thanks a lot, jury members, for being part of the session today, for being part of the community today. Let's keep reconnecting and supporting each other. And I'm sure that we will reconnect soon. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Take care.
Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
for the questions. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.